Hello everyone, I'm Doc Hogg and welcome to another episode of Comics and Variety. Today I'm going to take a look at how Comicsgate projects have fared this year. That is, how much money have all the CG comic books and other related projects raised. Before I get to that, though, I want to encourage you to sign up for my friend John Hervey's new comic, Magna, The Last Pantheon Volume 1. Hervey created Black Tiger Legacy of Fury, which is a really good comic, and based on that, I suspect this is going to be really good, that Magna is going to be really good as well. The link to the sign-up page is in the description below, and if you sign up before it launches, you will get a free digital copy. Next up is my comic Tilt Part 2. It's going pretty strong. I'm not even 25% of the way through my campaign, and I'm already more than 42% funded and only $8 from $1,700. So a big thank you to everyone who has backed it so far. And if you haven't yet, I just want to emphasize that there is original art available, like the inks and the colors of the variant cover. These will come as one package delivered to you in a nice plastic sleeve so that it will not be bent or creased. And if you buy this perk, you will get a bunch of the other perks, like both physical copies of Tilt 2, one with a standard cover, the other with the variant cover, a digital copy, the 2 pinups that are for sale, and the special Tilt deck of cards. And that goes for this other original art perk as well. This one is the back of the deck of cards. Both this and the variant cover were inked by Vic King and colored by Rosetta Allen. The inks and the colors here will also come as part of one package, and of course delivered in a plastic sleeve to keep it safe. The link to the Tilt 2, the link to Tilt 2 is in the description below, so check it out and back it as soon as you can. Now, earlier this year, I began putting together a list of Comicsgate projects to see how, Comicsgate, how we all would do. And I recently updated all the money that had been made on these projects. And just so you know, I only included projects that had actually met their funding goals. If they haven't met them yet, they're not here. And by my count, there are 144 Comicsgate projects that have met their funding goals. Now, back in the spring, I think it was, Ethan Van Sciver said that he thought Comicsgate should shoot for about, making $10 million. He thought that was a good goal. And so, how did we do, compared to that goal? Well, before I get to that, let me talk some more about the limits of this list and make a plea for your help. I collected this list by basically by seeing comics that were promoted by Comicsgate shows on YouTube and promoted by CG Twitter users. Now, and I also use the page, the CG page at CreatorGo, very helpful page, and I will provide a link to that page in the description below. Now, it's possible that some of the comics on this list, their creators actually don't consider themselves to be Comicsgate, in which case I got it wrong. So if you see one of those on the list, please do let me know, and I can, take it off. Also, I'm sure there are a few Comicsgate projects that I missed, so please let me know which ones that I did miss, and I will add them here. At the end of this video, I will scroll through this list alphabetically, so if there is a project that shouldn't be on here or is missing, you can tell me, and you can reach me again. My email is dhog70@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at doc_hog. My direct messages are open. What else? Well, you'll notice that some of the numbers here are in red, and those were campaigns that were actually launched in 2019, and because of that, because I didn't know exactly what their funding numbers were on December 31 of 2019, I couldn't be, there's no way I could know exactly how much money they had raised in 2020. And so what I did is I adjusted them. I basically took their full funding numbers and adjusted them, basically multiplied them by 10%. So that what you see here in the red number is actually their full funding number at 10%. And which I think is on the conservative side. In fact, I suspect they made probably made quite a bit more money than this in 2020, but by going on the conservative side, I can feel safe that my numbers are not overstating the case. At any rate, so how has Comicsgate done with in fact just exactly 2 months left in 2020? Well, Comicsgate has made over $5.5 million this year. $5,522,632 to be exact. So it doesn't look like 10 million is going to happen. In fact, maybe not even 6 million. But, for a movement that is only a few years old and has only been producing comics for a little over 2 years, I don't think that's shabby at all. In fact, I think it's quite good. Now, this here is what the distribution looks like. There aren't a lot of lines over on the right because their funding numbers are so small, and given the scale here, those lines just aren't going to show up. The big line all the way to the left, you can probably guess who that is. Now, breaking down the data a bit further, of course, the big boy on the block is Ethan Van Sciver.
I'm a big kid now.
I'm a big kid now. Went from baby bottles to drinking from sippy cups. Went from wearing diapers to rocking these fresh pull-ups. We're 50 million strong, so put on your pull-ups and help us sing this song.
He has made over 1.7 million with Cyberfrog Wreck Planet, Cyberfrog Warts and All, and Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales 1 and 2. No surprise there. And he accounts for 31% of the total funding. The next biggest is Richard Meyer, your boy Zach, who's made over $667,331 to be exact, which is about 12% of the total. That was with Jawbreakers Grand Bazaar, Pandemic, Expendables, Iron Sights 2, Do As You're Told, Impossible Stars, and yeah. So basically you have two guys here, Ethan Van Sciver and Richard Meyer, accounting for 43% of the total funding. Okay, next up, and my final point is this, which is about the top 29 campaigns out of the 144. The top 29 is actually 20%, the top 20% of campaigns, and they account for over $4.4 million of the total, or about 81% of the total funding. And that's actually to be expected. There is a concept in economics known as the Pareto principle, named after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who came up with it. You may know it as the 80-20 rule. And basically what it says is this, is that 80% of the outcomes are accounted for by 20% of the causes. And that 20-80 rule is pretty robust. For example, you would find that 20% of the clothes that you have in your closet drawers, that accounts for about 80% of what you wear. Roughly, I just found out the other day, roughly 21% of the pot smokers consume 79% of the marijuana. And being from Northern California, I know an awful lot of them.
You stoned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'll talk to you later, okay? Okay, bye.
What's your name again, brother?
Randy.
Randy, yeah.
Do you know my name?
Sweet titties?
But here with Comicsgate, it's the the top 29 comics, which is again the top 20% account for about 81% of the total funding. Now I bring this up because I anticipate that critics of Comicsgate are going to say, well, it's just a few big boys making all of the money, and then there's just a lot of small creators who aren't making very much. Well, the first response to that is that that's the way it's supposed to be, right? That's the way it works in most industries. 20% of the companies are going to be making 80% of the money. Furthermore, the people who are the big boys this year may not be the big boys or big girls in the next few years. There's going to be some shifting at the top over time. We don't know what is going to be the next really big Comicsgate project, who will be the new up-and-comer, but it will happen. At any rate, again, please let me know if there are comics that shouldn't be on this list, or if if there are comics that should be and are not. At any rate, that's all for now. Until next time, have a very nice day. And now I will scroll through these titles alphabetically. Oh, wait. Of course we know who's going to be the next big boy on the Comicsgate block. Yeah, that's right.
I'm a big kid now.
I'm a big kid now. Went from baby bottles to drinking from sippy cups. Went from wearing diapers to rocking these fresh pull-ups. We're 50 million strong, so put on your pull-ups and help us sing this song.